Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sligo Show with myself, Brendan Tierney. Today we have Gayle Nagle from Sligo Sudbury School. Gayle, you're very welcome to our studio.
Thank you very much. Lovely to be here.
So the Sligo Sudbury School have huge plans. But for anyone that doesn't know, what is the Sligo Sudbury School?
So Sligo Sudbury School is a school-based, an environment basically for children to self-direct their own learning. So it's different to mainstream school in that there's no imposed curriculum from any of the adults there. So it's an environment that we've created in order for children to be able to follow their own passions, to learn in a way that suits them best, to try to discover what their interests are, and to, I suppose, learn through curiosity, through exploration, through practical hands-on learning skills.
It's so multifaceted. If people want to learn certain subjects, they can. If they want to go and externally do state exams via your school, they can. Yeah. Or it's just like you'll get a love for construction or outdoor movement or music. Like, it's an amazing, I've seen the place before. It's amazing what you've done there. So this is on our doorstep in Sligo town, but you've big plans. What's the next step?
Yeah, so we've been open now. This is our 8th year. So we've been really lucky actually in the site that we bought initially. We've been developing it a little bit over the years to help with the growth. The growth has been enormous. The success of the school from that point of view has been huge. We opened with 15 students in 2018 and we have 90 now and a lot more wanting to come. So we're kind of maxed out on our site. We identified that pretty early on. So one of the things we did within the first couple of years of opening was look at ways that we could develop further. Both the model for Sligo, for our school, but also for the movement nationwide. It's always been a really important element of our project that we tried to do what we can to support the growth of schools around Ireland as well. So we co-founded Democratic Education Ireland as well with Wicklow Sudbury School back in 2018, and our goal was to have 10 schools open in Ireland in 10 years. So we're on school number 6 now. Oh, okay. So that's really exciting.
You were probably feeling that's a bit ambitious at the time.
We did. We kind of threw it out there, and whether or not we get there doesn't matter. But yeah, there's been great development nationally as well, and as well as that, just even having self-directed learning become more of a household name and a household term. Really, it's quite familiar to people who are working in early years education. Adult education, of course, is very self-directed, but that whole bit in the middle, primary and secondary, has been traditionally very directed. And there's a huge amount of information available now and research done on the impact that can have on young people and how it's not always a positive thing. So promoting self-directed education as well is something that's really important to us. And as part of that, we are building a model school, really kind of pioneering, showcasing what a school for self-directed learning can look like, not just for our students, for our community, but
that's the thing. Like, if anyone goes on your website and looks at the plan you have, there's an amazing walkthrough visual, and it'll blow. I think people will just drive out to this when it happens, just to go, did you see this amazing space? It's a dreamland especially for a young person. If you're told, do you want to go to that school or this school? You'd be like, there's only one answer. And I know a good bit about the school and I've seen it in action. And it's amazing to let someone go, no, that's a real creative person. So maybe let them focus more on their art and music or movement and sport. So it's an amazing place to nurture a child and let them kind of lead their own education, because we've all gone through certain education systems that maybe didn't suit us, and we're going, well, I wasted so many hours reading about something I had no interest in. So I think there's definitely a model. Even the general education system could learn a lot.
Yeah,
to tweak
exactly.
What they do.
And that's something that we're really interested in doing as well, apart from the scalability and developing that of this actual model, but ways that we can support mainstream education to enhance their self-directed. Exactly. And just even be, and it's not a case of us and them, or we really want to support education in its fullest form, so having teachers coming in to do in-service, professional development for teachers who are working in mainstream, and that as well is something we're really interested in developing. But we really need to get the premises and get the place and the infrastructure in place in order to do that. So we're at capacity where we are. We really need to kind of grow and develop the school, and also enhance the facilities that are available for the students, and so that's why we're building this.
You've got your whole new project as a GoFundMe. We'll talk about this more at the end.
Yeah.
You just wanted to get as much support from the community and afar to help this to be recognised. And even with the design, the students were involved, the staff were involved, the parents. And I think in any project, if everyone gets to feel like, well, I have a bit of ownership in that. So like you really keep to your core beliefs going, well, no. Everyone's kind of equal to a point.
Yeah.
And same with the planning. Was there any crazy ideas from any of the participants that maybe couldn't have?
Lots of water slides, lots of water park, another water park. So,
so is there any water feature of any kind?
There is actually.
I've no doubt.
There is for sure. An attenuation pond, but we could call it a water park. Yeah. But we were really lucky actually with the architects that we have on board. They also lecture in one of the colleges in Dublin. So one of the very interesting things that happened during the process was it became the master's students project in the university.
They must be wetting their lips going.
Yeah, it was amazing because it just brought so much, apart from our own students looking at it and the parents that were interested in looking at it as well. The having this whole group of architecture students come down, and they basically all of them looked at the remit individually, spent time in the school, looked at what went on and the activities that were happening, and went away and came up with like 7 completely different schools. Oh my God. Yeah, so it was really, it's been a really interesting couple of years actually. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's a lovely journey. I'd love to have seen all the different plans and say you were like, oh, how do we choose whichever one we choose? Like,
and it didn't come down to that actually specifically picking one or the other, but there was elements of everybody's design that was like, oh, that's really cool. We can incorporate some sort of a part of the concept that they were bringing, So
and how many like the Sudbury School in Sligo? I mean, it's just out the Manorhamilton Road there. It's in Colry. If anyone doesn't know where you are, how many in Ireland? How many of these schools in Ireland?
So 6 now. Yeah, 5. So there's been. It's not easy to get a school like this open, just from a point of view of. You're completely independent, so they're completely private enterprises, really. Yeah. Now, we're registered with the state through TUSLA. All of our schools are. But it takes a lot of personal, I suppose, endurance and will to get one of these schools going, and financial money as well, because there is currently no support from the state.
Direct state funding. Yeah. So, and I suppose when I say how many schools, it's like how many on the West Coast then?
Just us on the West Coast.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so we're in the 6. Like, this is yourselves, and again, you're putting Sligo on the map in the world of self-directed learning. A global
so we've
map.
Had a lot of families have moved here for the school, and I know we a lot of people are moving to Sligo anyway because it's such an awesome place to live.
And now you've added a bit more awesomeness.
I moved it myself 9 years ago, and I haven't looked back. And I have a lot of friends who've moved down from Dublin and that. But yeah, it's amazing to have this as well as everything else that Sligo has. To have a genuine educational alternative like this is really, really attractive for people.
People from Europe have moved specifically to Sligo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're selling our destination indirectly as well. Like, so it's a huge economical impact. And again, obviously, the construction of this project is going to have a huge benefit to local construction and work and the general economy locally. So we're, as you said, we're hoping the community and the people that can back it get back.
Absolutely. And our local community have been incredible. Really, really supportive. So the school that we're in, we're actually in the old Dunalley National School, which was anything we've learned about it, and anybody who's come back to visit over the years has talked really highly about how much they loved going there. Now, it closed down a long time ago and it was amalgamated with the Colby School, but there's a huge amount of fondness, always was, in the community for the school there. So any of our neighbours, when they speak to us about it, they're just so happy that there's a school there again. It's brought a bit of vibrancy and a bit of energy back into the community. And the landowners around us, we've had a huge amount of support from the council as well, with our plans. And so
just now to keep turn around, get the donations, get the money in. And I mean, to give us a little tiny insight into what's a day like in Sudbury, from the minute you walk in, what's it like for a student? For anyone that maybe hasn't a clue, like what's the whole world like?
It's really different, and it's really hard, I think, for most people to imagine, because even though when they hear the term self-directed and it's a school, they're still thinking in terms of what we're conditioned to think, or what we know school looks like. So they're still thinking, well, you're still in a classroom, right? And they're all still the same age, but they're not. So it's completely mixed ages. The children are free to go about the site as they want. So the school is set up really with rooms that are a lot of general purpose rooms, and then a lot of rooms that are for specific purposes. So we have a workshop, for example, we have a music room, we have a library, we have a kitchen. But so there's structure from that point of view in those spaces. So if somebody wants to go and do a construction project, they'll head out to that room. There's a little bit of structure in the day from a daily rhythm. We have a morning circle at 10:30 every day, and all the students gather together for morning circle. It's really a good morning, how are you, and what's happening today, and if there's any announcements that we need to share with the community. The students, what that looks like in practice is really a staff member might say, I'm going to be in the workshop at 11 o'clock if anybody needs any help on anything. The students will say there's dodgeball on the AstroTurf at 12 o'clock. They'll let everybody in the community know what's happening, what are the prearranged things. And then after that, it's really quite fluid. There's different activities that students are engaged in. At the moment, we're working on a musical. A lot of the students are involved in that. So they might be working on choreography, dance, singing, musical writing, whatever involvement they have.
Set design, no doubt, I'm sure.
Set design is actually we're actually going quite low tech on the set. Yeah. So, but yeah, exactly.
I think that's
There's a crew involved.
Yeah, whenever you do something out there, like you made a little bike track before,
yes.
But there was a design, there was an understanding, so everyone kind of got involved. So you're learning real life skills, real life projects. Yeah. And again, as you said, if you like, just go into the woodwork room, and like they have to, it's a really great process of like you have to show that I understand the rules and safety, and then I get like a pass or a certificate to go in and use these different rooms.
Yeah.
But and they give tech rooms and like the library with the open fire.
Yes.
And the couch.
Yeah.
I
very
think
chill.
you should just do adult summer camps out there as well. Just go out for a week and do what you want to do. Like it
Pretty
is a
much every
space.
adult says that when they come to I wish I went to this school. Yeah, no, it is. It's a nice space. Yeah. But yeah, we need to, it's, as I said, it's kind of at capacity now. So we really do need to improve it. And
And it isn't just for your own community; it's for the wider community. Like as I said, it's going to expand, as I said, in so many ways. So going back to your musical, so tell us when's it on, or what's it all about, or what can we expect?
So the original idea for the musical came from really the students and their incredible, amazing original music that they've been writing. As you can imagine, in a school like this, when you leave children to their own devices to do what they want to do, there is a lot of creativity. Naturally, it's not that we're specifically a school for performing arts, but there's a lot of music, there's a lot of dance, there's a lot of drama and a lot of sports, a lot of really physical and creative things, a lot of art as well. So there'd been several bands over the last few years in school, and they've all been writing their own original music. So the idea kind of came about this time last year. It's like, it'd be cool to kind of create a story, create a musical that we dropped all these songs into and see could we hinge a story around the music. So I actually put the idea out to the community to see if was anybody interested in doing it, and there was a great amount of interest. So we put a little writing group together and started writing. Did a lot of improv actually, just to see what would, with the crew that are interested in drama, just, a lot of improv to see what kind of stories might come out, what kind of characters, what kind of plot. And from there, it developed. We got some help from some of our parents who are actors and theatre people, and one of them had actually written a musical before. So we kept it as simple as we could from a point of view of, hanging it on the template of a classic musical. We wanted it to be that kind of, classic musical kind of format, exactly, So we wrote it. We did a work in progress show in June in the Blue Raincoat, which was incredible, and it was a nice thing to work towards. Took the pressure off a little bit, having it really polished and really clean, but also a nice kind of deadline for us to get. So we worked from March to June on that, and it went down really, really well. Children really enjoyed it. All the people who came also did as well, and it just was a really it's a really good showcase for the model as well. And a lot of people commented on that, how energetic the children were, how they just you could see how much they loved doing it.
The environment they were being educated in and learning in was
and all from them. There's no at any point, everybody has to do a bit of music or everybody has to do a bit of that. It's all entirely, and all the individuals and the characters, they kind of nearly wrote themselves into it, so a huge amount of scope for their own individualism, while also working within the within a group and all that.
Yeah.
So,
and it's on in March.
So it's on in March now. So we all agreed then they were very keen to do a kind of a bigger, fuller production of it. So we're very lucky to be in the Hawkswell on the 3rd and 4th of March.
Oh, okay, good.
2 nights. And there's been a few things added since the last performance in June. So yeah, we're really hoping that it'll be really well attended. And 3rd and 4th of March in the Hawkswell, 8 p.m. 2
tickets
shows.
on sale already,
tickets are on sale
Okay,
through the
good.
Hawkswell website. It's called Just One Song. Completely original music.
And there is more than one song. But.
There is more than one song, and there are a couple of covers in there. But it's mostly original.
That's okay. We'll allow that. Allow that.
But there's a few classics in there as well for the musical lovers. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I mean, it's all positive. It's all fresh new news happening in our locality because of what you're doing. I suppose if someone's watching here, if you could say, I just want to ask the people of Sligo or beyond, who would you ask, or what would you love to ask, or how can people actually help you?
Yeah, so what we really need is, support from the community in a couple of ways. We're really looking for some major donors, some people who are interested in supporting the build to get it to the next stage. We've been so lucky so far. We've raised slightly in excess of €200,000 to get us to where we're at now. All the planning is in place. We're at tender stage now, so we're just putting a list together of people to ask to tender for the project. If everything goes well, we could be starting our build in February or March.
Oh, wow, I didn't know it was even that close. Oh,
yeah,
amazing.
it's very close, and because of the design of the building, it could be a relatively short build. So within a year or so, the children could be enjoying being in that space. Right. We've broken it into 2 phases. So for phase 1, what we really need is financial support. Anybody who's interested in becoming a donor themselves, or anybody who'd know of anybody who might be interested, just to network, share, spread the word. Let us know if there's anybody that you know in your community or in your network that could help us. And really for Sligo to know, we had a meeting with the council last year just to, I suppose, to get it out there, the impact that we are actually having on Sligo, both socially, culturally, financially. A lot of people have moved here, they're buying homes here, they're setting up businesses here. And it is really, we've been very busy with the work of creating a school and all that's involved in that. But we do also want to make sure that people know we're there too and know the impact that we're having, because I do think it's really positive for Sligo in the long term.
As you said, apart from the financial and economic, just the cultural development, the memories, the way you're helping young people develop, flourish in so many aspects. And Sligo is so full of creativity. So you're going, well, we're helping that. And again, whether it's creative or they become a carpenter, it's all under the own umbrella of Sudbury. So it is really a great support for a wide community. Okay, if people do want to donate, where do they go to find out more?
Yeah, so they can contact us directly, info@Sligo Sudbury School. Go to our website is the best thing to do, and all the information is there on the new build, the video, and the video of exactly what we're trying to do. So
that is so worth watching.
Yeah,
whether you can donate a tenner, 100 or a million.
Yeah.
Watch that video and it will get your excitement going, to see this is going to happen just out the road outside the town. Yeah. Well, Gayle, thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Look forward to the musical in March in the Hawkswell here.
Yeah.
Just one song. I'm trying to make sure everyone remembers that as it go. Best of luck in all your fundraising hopes. I'm sure maybe when we get it all built, we'll go out and do an interview out there.
Absolutely.
And show everyone around what you've done.
Thanks, I should say as well, can I drop something else?
Of course you can.
We are obviously looking for builders and developers to help to build a school. We have a few local people that we're going to ask to tender, but it's really, really important to us that it is that a local company do it if possible. Okay.
So you want them to get anyone out there in the construction world?
Yeah, exactly. It's a big enough project. It is a big project, but just to get in touch with us and let us know if you're interested in tendering.
Great.
Basically,
okay, so that'll be a big economic impact for someone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gayle, thanks very much for coming in to share the story. It's an amazing project out there, and I know it's not the easiest thing to get from beginning to now. And as I said, it's not just staying as it is; it's going to be huge. So, so well done, and the best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That was Gayle Nagle from the Sligo Sudbury School. If you have any way at all that you can help support them, go and check out Sligo Sudbury School. They're on easy find online, and go and support their project. That's all from this episode. From myself, Brendan Tierney. Thanks to Brian behind the cameras, and thanks to the Hawkswell for the space, and to our sponsors, Pet Stop Discount Warehouse. Go and check them out in Carrow Row and all around the country.
The Sligo Show is produced by Pixel Productions and hosted by Brendan Tierney. If you need video for your business or live event or would like to appear on the show, send us a message today.